All right, here's another shout out so quick after my last one. This one's going to be a little shorter though, but that's probably a good thing because I really do know how to model. Anyway, this little personal story, revelatory story. I hope you find it encouraging. So, I went out with some friends, celebrated a birthday of one of them, and we went to a restaurant and we palled around, had a good time, ate some good food, yada yada. On the way back, I rode with one of my friends who was on his way home. It was not really out of his way to drop me off, so we rode together. He dropped me off. Anyway, on the way back, 10 or 15 minutes before we got to my place, I asked him, "Hey, mind if I tell you a story? Something that's occurred in my life, a thing that has been working through me by God. He's revealed goodness and grace to me through, you know?" He's like, "Sure, I don't mind." And so I told him this story about a thing that's happened in my life that has been a big deal, and it could have definitively been worse, not only in context and in appropriation of how it actually happened, but it could have been definitively worse in how I personally perceived and received the outcome of what it was. But by God's grace, His goodness and mercy, such hardships, as far as I know, have been completely avoided. They're just non-existent. As I shared the details of the story to my friend, and we got to my place and I finished up, I was getting ready to get out, and he said something like, I don't know really how to say this, but I just thank you for trusting me and honoring me with the intimacy of your story, the truth of what you were saying. Like, I'm glad you could trust me to share like that with me. It's the whole moral of the story I'm trying to convey, and that I want you as an audience to consider, if you don't mind, is the way we affect others with our story. You see, even though the story I told my friend was real and visceral and had potent, poignant meaning to me, it was not really difficult for me to share this with him. It wasn't this super hard thing I had to contrive and muster from within myself a bolstered, enlivened spirit to be able to truly convey the hardship, but with grace and passion, you know? It was really easy for me. But you see, that it was easy for me doesn't mean it had no effect or cost to him. God says, I think it's in Isaiah, how, the line I think is the NKJV, which I don't really subscribe to, but I like the word choice a lot better. God is talking about His word, the truth of life. And He basically says, my word will accomplish what I set forth for it to do. It will not return void to me. It will come back. And our stories are kind of like that. If we are truly children of God, our stories have such great meaning that He wants us to dig up and not hide away like the talents of the parable. And so I knew when my friend was telling me and basically thanking me for being just honest and a little vulnerable and sincere with him, that it meant like the moon to him. Like, I wasn't even trying to be great. I wasn't trying to be special, and I'm not trying to be pompous or pious in the negative by sharing this with you. I'm merely trying to encourage you that you, because even I, can be a great source of healing and encouragement to those you love around you. Maybe if you just be you and let a little bit out. Share your truth. God is good. God is love. He's kind. And people, no matter who they are, can always use that reminder. Some of us need a lot more than others. And so it is with such reminders, I pray to you that goodness would come from you, as it did from me, to your friends around you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.